Hello. Um, got a few things we're going to talk about tonight, and just give me a second to get a few people on here. Hope all of you are having a great day. We got some things that we really need to discuss tonight. Hold on a second. Let me get the ones on here that I need on here. And how was your day? We have had a busy day with everything going on, and so if you see my title, you'll see that my title is The Oscar Goes to CPS, Child Protective Services. Got a few people on here. Let me get the people on here I need. Hi everyone, how are you doing? Hi Pam. There's David. I was going to skip tonight, and I was talking to Heather and David, and they were talking about my live feeds, and so I was waiting for you, David, before I started. So yesterday the event was amazing. We've had some great media. I've had some great phone calls today, and we've had people from Ohio, Tennessee, Florida reaching out to us today, and just loved the energy, loved the fight that we're giving. And when I hear their stories, I don't know what the answers are all the time, and I'll say that. I don't know what the answer is, but we're going to keep digging until we find out the answer. And so yesterday when I came home from the event, I was so heartbroken over these stories that we were hearing, and like Cindy's family and the other Davis family, and I prayed. I prayed on the way home. God, I just need you to give me the answers to this. Where do we go from here? What do we do to bring these children home? And so today, someone was graciously enough to spend several hours with me today. If you saw me disappear for several hours today, I was actually in the middle of posting our videos. We have a lot more to post. I'll do that tonight where y'all can see the events from yesterday. I've got a few of them out. You can help me that once I get those out, if you'll share them to your group, this is a bigger audience that we can get to understand that your children are a hot commodity in the state of Arkansas and across the U.S., that they want to remove your kids. They want them to think they have the power over you to remove your children. And because it's a $100 billion industry, and they need your kids to funnel their, criminal activities. And so, I ask God for strength. I ask God to help put the people in my life that we need to conquer the evil that we're all facing. And this is what you're experiencing with Child Protective Services, DHS. It's evil. This is not something of God. They're taking away families, and the unit needs to be the family. And so you're right. We just got so much going on, Brittany. I agree. And I saw that you're going to do a live feed tomorrow too. So let's talk about a few things. How many of you knew that Child Protective Services is a private business? Did you know that? I've always thought that it was a government agency, and they were the government, and that they had all this authority. And you know what? They don't. They don't have the authority that we thought they had. That they are a private business. Do you understand me? It's no, ma'am, it's not. They even have a Dun and Bradstreet number, and so they don't have the authority that you think that we thought they had. And that what they've been bringing you into is a stage. These are not real courts. This is not a real system. And we're going to start explaining court of record for you and the correct procedures to bring your children home. And you will find that we're going to start doing affidavits. Child Protective Services is not going to do those affidavits because they know that if they do an affidavit that you can actually send them to prison. They are kidnapping your children. They are not even have the authority and do the things that they're doing. Do you understand me? This is corruption on every level. They need you to believe that this is real. They need you to believe that this is the system that's going on, and it's not. And we've got the proof. People are getting their kids homes and with these procedures, and they're all private. It's a private membership. And so, yes, you do. So I'm going to just read this to you, and this is just mind-blowing. But listen to this. National Council of Juvenile and Family Court Judges is one of the biggest and largest justice membership organizations in the nation. Did you get that? National Council of Juvenile and Family Court Judges, one of the largest and oldest judicial membership organization in the nation. The NCJFCJ serves an estimated 30,000 professionals in the juvenile and family justice system, including judges, referees, commissioners, court masters, and administrators, social and mental health workers, police, and probation officers. That's not government, that's a membership organization. It began in 1937 when a group of judges came together looking to improve the effectiveness of the national juvenile courts. All right, what is a membership organization? An organization that allows people to subscribe and often require them to pay a membership fee or subscription. Membership organizations typically have a particular purpose, which involves connecting people together around a particular profession, industry, activity, mission, or geographical location. What type of membership organization is the National Council of Juvenile and Family Court Judges filing their tax filings under? Guess what? A 501c3. Anyone know what a 501c3 is? It's to be a tax-exempt section. Under Section 501c3 IRS, an organization must be organized and operated exclusively for exempt purposes, commonly referred to as a charitable organization. A lot of times you'll hear nonprofit, 501c3. So, this organization became incorporated in 2014. What does that mean? Okay. Once incorporated, the newly created nonprofit organization is a separate legal entity from its incorporators, directors, officers, and employees. The nonprofit corporation owns assets of the business and is entitled to receive the revenue from its operations. Now, do any of y'all really think, like this person said on here, that these judges created this nonprofit organization in order to benefit we the people, like me and you? You know, I always tell you in all of my stuff that we are the sovereign. You are the sovereign. I tell you your state doesn't have sovereign immunity. I'm telling you right now, they don't have it. They aren't real. That Supreme Court does not have the authority to give the state sovereign immunity. Do you understand me? They have set a stage. It's a business. We are fighting a business. We're not fighting a court. They want you to be ignorant in the proceedings of their business so that they make you believe they have the authority to take your child away. They do not have the authority to do these things. You're a private business, and now I know your secret. And you know what? I'm going to teach your secret to everybody else. I'm going to learn all of these procedures, and we are going to bring these children home because you do not have the authority that you wanted everyone to believe you had the authority. You do not. You are not the government. And so, common law, we got to remember those things, okay? So, this organization, what do? They steal your kids. They destroy our families. I've always told you the family is based on this. That they destroy our families and jail large sections of our population. And we looked at the deals the other day where I was showing you where there's 53% of white children and 43% of them are in the program system. Remember, I gave you that graph. I'm going to give you that graph again. This has been set up to steal your children and tear your families apart and funnel the money in the United States and across the country. I cannot imagine. I kept telling you the foster care program is $100 billion industry. Your children is a money pyramid. They have to destroy you, and they have to take this money to survive. They think that they can use our children to survive. But the one thing they forgot, the one powerful thing they forgot, is that there are people like me, there are people like you, who our faith is in God. Our knowledge comes to us from God. And today, the stuff I found out, I'm telling you, is because I prayed for it. I prayed for God to send a person to me that needed to give me the knowledge to help all of you. And we're all coming together. We are bringing to you what God is telling us, and He will give you that if you ask God. You got to stop asking these people. These people do not want you to have the answers. Quit going to these people and saying, hey, help me get my kid. They're not going to help you. All right, so listen to this. Once this organization was incorporated in 2014, once incorporated, this newly created nonprofit organization is a separate legal entity. Remember that, okay? So now they're a 501c3. So let me ask you something. When you walked in there in that courtroom, did you think you was fighting a nonprofit organization? Would you have thought a little different if you are? That's a nonprofit organization. This is all a joke. Like I said, they all deserve an Oscar because they all had us fooled. But you know what? The party's over. The show's over. The curtain's closing. We're putting you out of business. And we're going to get these kids back home. So we have the National Council of Juvenile Family Court Judges. I'm going to send you the amendments, the RS filing. I'm going to share that with y'all this evening. This is a scam. This is nothing but a scam. And you can look at the nonprofit articles of incorporation, Chief Executive Officer, 1041 North Virginia, 3rd floor. I'm going to send it to you where you can see all of this and know that we have been fooled. And they thought that they could take our children away. They thought that they had the power over you, and they do not. Do you understand me? These people do not have the power to take your children. We're going to have to do the paperwork. We're going to have to do the paperwork correctly. We're going to fill in these affidavits. Do you remember yesterday, Connie said, many of you said, my children have been adopted out. I've just lost my child. I heard some of you say that. It's over for me. It is not over. That adoption is nothing but a piece of paper. You have the right to have your child back, and we're going to teach you those things. We're going to bring those kids back home. These people do not have the right and the power to do this. They're all fake. They are a private business. They do not have the power to do these things. So, she wasn't governor. She was a nominee for, I don't know who y'all talking about. I missed some of your comments. Sorry. That is one case of it. I'm telling you, people, these people think they had us. They thought they were fooling us. This is a lie. And you know what? I said yesterday, the devil said to us, you can't handle the storm. And remember, I put on that flyer, I am the storm. These people are violating the law, the common law, the law of the land. And we are going to hold them accountable. And if we need to put them in prison, that is where we're going to put them. They will go to prison for the actions they have done. They have stolen your children. They have been trafficking your children, and they did not have the authority to do these things. They thought they had us fooled. And we're fixing to show you, we're going to teach people, and we're bringing these kids home. The show is over. If you need the $100 billion to steal people's children's for your corruption and everything, well, honey, you're on notice. You need to go find a new one, because we're fixing to shut this business down. Your $100 billion little business, fake little stuff is gone, because we're going to expose you, and you're gone. You're out of there. Wake up. I'm waking you up right now. These people do not have the authority to take your children. They are all fake, and this is over. You understand that? This is over. We are done. And I'm not worried. I'm not afraid, because I've got God on my side. He has given us the mission to free these children. God will protect the children. That is, He will clearly say that as God protects the children. So we have to stop looking for our answers in the people that, we talk about education. A lot of times I talk to you about the education system and how Rockefeller came into the education system and basically bought it out, where they could dumb down all of us and teach us what they wanted us to believe. And so it worked. We've seen that. I've said to you, once you start waking up, you can't stand it, because you see everything that they've tried to tell you is not true. And so they've done that the same thing with our lawyers. You and I go to our attorneys and we think that they have the knowledge. We think that they're doing the correct things. And I've seen evidence where they're not even doing that with the lawyers anymore. They want them to know certain things. But, if you go to the Bible, where we should all be going to for our answers, and the Bible clearly tells you that these are not who we should go to. It clearly tells you that. I'm going to read to you Luke 11:52. This has been so, I'm just going to tell you, I praise God today for David, who taught me this, because it was right there in my face. But Luke 11:52 says, "Woe unto you, lawyers! For ye have taken away the key of knowledge. Ye entered not in yourselves, and them that were entering in ye hindered." Do you understand what I just said? Woe unto you, lawyers, for you have taken away the key of knowledge. Ye entered not in yourselves, and them that were entering in you hindered. I mean, it's right there in the Bible. The lawyers hindered you from knowing the truth. They kept it from you. It's right there in front of you. Luke 11:52. Go read it. It's right there. And so we cannot find the answers that we were wanting in those people. There are great people out there. I'm not knocking the lawyers. Y'all know I've got some really good friends. But it goes to me with the same with the propaganda with the education system over 100 years ago, that they needed to teach you these certain things. They wanted you not to think. They didn't want you to seek. They didn't want you to try to find the answers, because when you find the answers, you expose their corruption. You speak the truth. The truth does not have to be complicated. We don't have to have these hard complications to solve all these issues. And that's what the government and that business, that's what they want. Those business owners are... Heck, there's some pretty good business owners. I'll give them that. But they want it complicated. They want all their procedures complicated. They want everything difficult for us, because when it's complicated, you think it's hard to do. It's hard to win. You get tired of the battle. They do that with the veterans. They make this paperwork so complicated, and they make you jump through all these hoops and all this money, because they want you to stop. They don't want you to do these things. It's not that complicated. It's actually a few affidavits and paperwork that we're going to have to do, and we'll just demand. We're going to demand the procedure. And so that business, Child Protective Services, needs to be out of business. It needs to be closed. It's not a government agency. It is not what you thought it was. And we need to close that Child Protective Services. It is a private business. Do you understand me? They have Dun and Bradstreet numbers. I've told you before that the United States is a corporation. Go look it up. But now I have found out that Child Protective Services is not who I thought they were. They are a private business. They do not have the authority to do these procedures in court. They're bringing you into fake courts. Those people are not real. They're not who you thought they were. And they do not have the authority to take your children. Do you understand me? We are the sovereign. They do not have the authority to take your children. But they fooled all of us because it's $100 billion industry. I mean, they need your children. They're hot commodities. And so, you know, I'm telling you, we're going to roll this out. We're going to all come together and we're going to learn these things. We're going to learn what we need to do, and we're going to bring the children home. And I challenge anyone who thinks that they can fight us on this and tell us that we're crazy, and they're going to do that. They're going to call you and say, you better not follow her procedure. I'll put you in jail. She's crazy. We're not crazy. They've been fraud. They're fraud. Like I said, the Oscar goes to them. They're better than Brad Pitt and Jennifer Lopez and all of them. They're some heck of actors. But it's over. We're closing the theater. Do you understand me? We're closing you down. We're putting you out of business. And we're bringing those kids home. And so it's over. I'm telling you right now, I will not hush. I will teach my army of thousands of this. I have been on the phone. I'm teaching them right now what we're going to do. The secret is out, and these kids are going home. If you need $100 billion to continue your corruption, you need to go find another way. Because you using our children as your little hot commodity, and you've been sex trafficking these kids, and you've been running them over, it's gone, it's over, we're done. So, you know, if I were you, I would probably maybe invest in a really good mental health clinic, because there's probably a lot of you that are going to need to go to that mental health clinic, because you're not going to have access to children anymore, you know, our children, to be having sex with them and sex trafficking them and all that. That's over. And so, you know, from now on, the fight has changed, and we know who you are, and we're going to expose you. And these people that you have wrecked their lives, there are parents who've not seen their children for 10 years, 15 years. You have ruined their lives. You understand me? There are people who have committed suicide because you took their kids away. The sins on your hands. Oh my gosh. I mean, I honestly do not know how y'all sleep at night. I honestly do not. And I just can pray at this point that maybe God has mercy on your soul, because this is really sad. This is heartbreaking. And, you know, the truth is in the truth. And the truth has laid right in front of us. It's like I said to you, it's in the Bible. It's right there. They're telling you that on Luke 11:52, woe unto you lawyers, for you have taken away the key of knowledge. Ye entered not in yourselves, and them that were entering in you hindered. And if you don't believe me about this key of knowledge, go look up the Black Dictionary. Google it, honey. Go Google it. Google that Black Dictionary that all those lawyers use. Their little rules and procedures. You'll see there's a key on it. That image. Go look at it. And I'm telling you, I've seen where they've tried to change those procedures. You can look at your King James Version with your NIV Bibles, how they've taken verses out. They don't want you to know the truth. They do not want you to know, because once we know the truth, we conquer. Do you understand? I've always say to you that my favorite verse is Romans 8:31. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved Jesus Christ. That is the truth. When we love Jesus Christ, we are conquerors through him. I can't conquer this on my own. You can't fight these people on your own. But when you do it the correct way and we do it the right way, that is when we win. Do you understand? We win. We are empowered through God. I'm telling you, I went home last night brokenhearted by those stories. And I've been praying. I've told families and families, I don't know, we're working on this step, but I'm going to find the answer. I will find the answer to get your child home. And I've prayed about it, that God, please give me the answers. And you know what? The reason I didn't have the answers is because I didn't know who I was battling. I thought I was battling this court system that is real and that we're supposed to be afraid of, and that they have this power over us. They don't have that power because they're fake. It's a theater. And you know what? I just, it's so sad. All of you that were in there yesterday, that the tears and all that, those people who can sit there and watch that and know that and not do anything about it. I pray that you can go and, getting this out there. I mean, I'm telling you right now. I know what I was told today. I saw the evidence. David Jose spent 5 hours approximately with me today. And I'm telling you, I knew the minute he started showing me the evidence. It was of God. It was from God. It was the truth. Do you understand? This is the truth. And the battle is not as complicated as we thought it was. It's really not. We just got to do the paperwork. We got to do it right. Do you understand me? We've got to do it right because we're bringing the kids home. And like I said, all of you are going to, get this. We're going to get the truth out. We're going to teach you, and we're going to bring the kids home. Understand? We're bringing them home. And so the gig is up. Like I said, you're out of business. And so it's over. It's over. So to the families who I met with yesterday, we have a new plan. And the plan is great, okay? I promise you that we have a new plan, and I'm going to be working with these people. I'm doing homework as it is, and we're going to continue to do these videos. We're going to continue to educate them. And you know what? CPS, your private business, I really need to call Dun & Bradstreet and give you a real rating. Okay? They always said you don't want a good rating with these people. Y'all need to call Dun & Bradstreet and rate these people. They don't deserve to have a 4-star, 5-star, or however they do it. You're a business. So, it's over with. And Alex, I don't do drugs, and I'm not high, and I always like the people that come on here and try to cause problems and try to stop people from exposing the truth. So, remember, yeah, I am high. I'm high on God. Remember that, okay? High on God. So, remember, there will be people that will come on here and try to stop these things. They'll try to direct you a different way. They're going to try to tell you that these things are not true. These things are not right. Let me tell you, there are people like us that, will work with these people, and we're going to be able to expose all of this. So, Actually, Dun & Bradstreet can pull numbers for people that do corruption, Alex. So, but, I'm not going to give Alex time on here. So we've got good things in place, and, you know, we're going to, I'm telling you, David, I got a few people that I do want to send your way because, yeah, Alex, you can leave and you can go pray to God to show you the way. It works. It actually does work. And so, Brittany, I want to see what you got for tomorrow on your video. I know that you're going to expose some corruption. And David, I do have a few people that I know will help me. My co-founder, I actually want to hook her up on your page. She's going to come in this weekend so she and I can study a lot of your information. And I'm not worried about my credibility, Steve. You know that. My credibility is as good as gold, you know. And when you speak the truth, you don't have to worry about defending it. The truth is very easy to defend. It's the lies. It's the lies that those people have to worry about. So the truth is easy to stand by. Very easy to stand by. I'm going to be posting links for this information also, so you can see this information is true. You can look at the Dun & Bradstreet numbers for these people. I've always told you that the United States was a corporation, and your answer is not necessarily through the lawyers. If the Joe Simmons, you know, I love Joe Churchwell. I'm not, you know, Connie, all them, and I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying to you is that it's the same thing as in the education system, that the education system has dumbed down, and they've taught us through the education system what they wanted us to know. And so on behalf of lawyers right now, you know, I'm going to give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt and credibility that they have been taught the things that the bigger people, the people that are in control of all these, I want you to think they have this power, they taught the attorneys these things. They taught the attorneys they had the authority. And I think that's what's going on with a lot of people. There are attorneys out there that know the truth, but they're restricted. They know why they're restricted. I know why they're restricted. And they just, their hands are tied where they can't tell you all this information. But I don't have a problem telling you this information. I mean, you know, what are they going to do to me? So we just got a lot, and David's got the Dunn's numbers. I've seen them. See, there you go. There's your Dunn spreadsheet number. So you can look at that one. How do I delete this? Not the DD, because I don't know. I don't know what you got, Pamela. I can go in there and delete Alex's comments in a minute. But remember, we're going to have people like that. They're going to come on here and try to tell us that this stuff is not true. You know, they've sent agents to me trying to get me to go another way. And you hear my dog growling, don't you? And they've, you know, tried to get me to look at other ways. They've tried to threaten me, and it just didn't scare me. It didn't bother me. I mean, I'm really not afraid because I know what I'm doing is from God. And I know that the message that we're going to deliver, it will be the message that you people need to bring your children home. And we're going to continue to expose corruption. We're going to continue to, you know, bring these people in, and, you know, we'll continue to fight. We'll continue to fight. So this is a good day. You know, we've asked for answers, and there's a lot of us that worked really hard to, you know, ask God to tell us how to bring Cindy's nephew home, and the baby that was, you know, people think that these children have been adopted out, And you know what? We're getting the answers. And so it's an encouraging day. This video is to encourage you that you are not defeated. You are not defeated, and that we have the answers right in front of us. It's not that complicated. We've got to do the paperwork. We have to call the people who are evil who they are. When you know, I've gained a lot of you with respect because I always tell you I won't hide corruption, I won't make deals with corruption, and I call them out. And that's what you have to do. You have to call the people of who they are, expose who they are, and call the corruption out. And so, you know, that's what we have to do. And, you know, this has to stop being a money scheme on when they kidnap their children, and they have homes, they have families that they really can go to, and families that never should have been taken out. And those are things that we're going to have to work to get them restored. But call out the evil, call out the corruption. You know, I tell you that once you know this information, once you know that when a child is moved out of a home and they're 6 times more likely to die. I mean, it goes up. And then sexually assaulted, 4 times more likely once they've been pulled out of your home to be sexually assaulted. When they go into a juvenile home, you know, it's 28 times more likely for them to be sexually assaulted. That is not a safe program. I mean, if someone said, I sent my daughter to someone's house knowing that they had a 28 times more likely to be sexually assaulted, I would hope that people would come after me wanting to hang me, that I would send my child there. But that's what's going on with the state. When you sit there and say to me that your numbers show me that 89% of the children in Arkansas and that are in right now in child custody care, protective services, should not be there. 89%. We have a problem. And it's got all this money. I told you it's a $100 billion industry, but 89% of children in those homes that have been taken away from their parents are wondering. They know their parents did not abuse them. They know their parents didn't do these things. Do you imagine what those kids are thinking? Why would our government, is what they think, why would these people take me away? You are building a situation of just making it worse and making it worse. You put them in a program that when they go into foster care, it increases a woman's chances of being pregnant by the age of 21, 70%. They do not get educations. They don't have them finish school. I mean, it's really sad that we set them up for failure on your money. You're paying in a $100 billion industry. They get federal money. They get state money. They get private entity money. They get you're paying child support to this private business because you thought you had to. I mean, it's a long list of corruption, and we're going to demand it to stop. The corruption is going to stop. I'm telling you, you don't have another choice. You understand me? My entire army, we don't make deals with corruption. You never saw God make a deal with corruption. He didn't say, I'll meet you halfway. You can send this halfway and I'll give you this. That's not what happened. And that's not what we're going to do. We do not make deals with corruption. We will only demand these answers. We will demand that this happens. We will demand these children come back home. The corruption's over. And we'll continue to expose this. And like I said, it's over. It's over, people. So we have a lot of work to do. We've got to continue. You need to call them out. You know, you need to, when they call you and tell you they're a government agency and they have the right to this and they have the right to that and they have the right to paperwork, you know, tell that judge he's a great actor. Tell that Child Protective Services that you're a private business. You know, would you like for me to nominate you for the best show of the year? Because it's over. This is over, guys. So, David, thank you so much. And um, I do not take you for granted. I do not take the time you gave me for granted. I told you today that I have been like a gangster sister in the candy store all night smiling because I knew what you gave me was the answers that we've been praying for. And I knew that I'm going to be able to help my friend Cindy. I knew that I was going to be able to help Patty. I knew I was going to be able to help Heather, all these Brown family. I knew that you would give me the information to go help these people to bring their kids home. And my God, that's the best gift. That is the best gift, that when we can be empowered and we can help people to bring their families home and we can stop all these things that are going on. So I am excited that when you ask, you shall receive. Remember that. So, David, you are a God sent, and I promise you, I will not take for granted what you told me. I am going to make sure that we do what you told me. I'm going to teach the people this, and we are going to base it on the scriptures that you taught me and the black law, the court of record. We're going to expose all of this, and we're going to teach people really what the court of record is. We're going to teach people what the procedures really are and who these people are. And well, I'm glad that I'm telling you, I couldn't believe we talked for 5 hours today. Guys, this guy spent 5 hours with me, and it did not seem that long. I feel like I've been friends with him forever. I honestly felt like that I had met one of my best friends, and he just was able to teach me things so easily. And I actually started getting a headache at one point because I just couldn't believe all of it. I could not believe all this is right there in my face. And it's kind of like I've been with the VA program, that once I knew the truth, I knew that they were killing our veterans. I knew they were drugging them. I knew how much money it was. Man, I went on a mission. And the people that know me, once I knew the truth about them veterans, I blew up. I have attacked, I have brought the truth out. I will hold you accountable. I will help people. Well, today, that's what has happened here. I have the knowledge that we needed to be able to expose the corruption, to expose the people, and let's do something about it. So that's what we're going to do. So, David, I'm just like so crazy. The Bible verses that were just gone, they were there, and then they're not in one version, they're in this version, and that is important. That's an important verse. And it's just really amazing how there are people in this world who do not want you to know the truth. They don't want you to know that, you know, what they're doing. And Marie and I have talked a little bit. She said that she's thankful she survived the foster care system. Um, hey, you need to be glad you survived their business. Call it as it is. They are a business. You survived their business. And you know what? Their business sucks. They do a horrible job at it. Their customer service is horrible. It's really bad. And so I'm glad that you survived their business. And you know what? You're going to be a very special person when we teach people all this. And so, you know, hey, we've got a job to do in front of us, and all the people that are in this little private business, little scam you have, you can all share this little video. You can all talk, and you can say, that Michelle McMillan needs to shut up. What are we going to do? You don't have control. You don't have control. Do you understand that? That God is in control of this. And God is going to be the one that protects me. And, when you do evil, eventually the truth comes out. The truth comes out. And the truth is beginning to come out. People are waking up. There's been so many families that have been victimized by your corruption, and we're all waking up. You made a mistake of coming after families and children. You know, when you empower people, they become, to me, these people become the vessel. We will teach them, we will empower them, and they will be able to do what they need to do to bring their children home. So we've got a lot of work to do, but it was a great day, a very educational day. Thank you to David, because I found out that who I was fighting was, I thought I was fighting a government entity. I thought that what I was looking for to help all of these people who had their children ripped out of their homes, I thought that it was a government entity, and I thought that I needed to go through the legislators. And, I kept even thinking of, why do you not have trial by jury for families who lose their children? Because a trial by jury is harder to corrupt. And why does someone that does something wrong have more rights than, someone who's fighting for their children? But now it makes sense, because you're not it's not the court system, you're a business. You don't want a trial by jury. It all makes sense now. The court of records, it all makes sense to me. Now we got to teach everybody else. And we're going to do that. David, me, all of these other people that we're all coming together, we're going to teach you what's really going on. We're going to show you the paperwork. We're going to do the work. And let's make a difference. I tell you all the time, be the difference. Be willing to be the difference. And, when you ask God to take you where He needs you, you go to the places that you need to be, and He will provide, and He'll take care of you. So, thank you, David. Thank every one of you yesterday. After hearing your stories, it made me come home and be more in prayer of asking God to bring me the people that I needed to help you. And He did. I mean, the person that introduced me to David, thank you very much. I truly appreciate it. And it's amazing how we connected. I thought about that today. It was my work with veteran care that introduced me to you. And I remember one time I met someone, and I just wanted to work on the veteran care and helping veterans with PTSD and how to get this program and change lives. And I remember someone saying to me, what you have is a good thing. And the people that you need to know, you already know, because the people that you know will bring the people you need. The people you know to do this is already there. And I find that so true, because I knew the person for a while, and she introduced me to a lady, and that lady introduced me to David, and it's a game changer. This has been a game changer, and today it's over. Like I said, it's over. So, exciting day. Child Protective Services. Maybe we're going to just start bringing you Oscars, a little fake trophy, and we're going to expose who you really are. And just know that you don't have power over these families. Even the ones that you adopted out and you told them they didn't have any right to their children. That's not true. It's a piece of paper. And we're going to fight for those kids to come back home too. Okay? These people have the right to have their children, and they're coming back home. So, we're going to need help. We're going to need you to, help us. We got a lot of paperwork to do. We have a lot of education. And I promise you, if you will just trust us, we will get you the information to show you that we're not lying. We will give you the information to show you that what we're telling you is the truth. So I know you're going to probably sit there and watch this video and go, is she telling me the truth? How could this be? Just give us time, and I promise you we're going to give you the proof. We'll show you the proof that what David is saying and what I'm telling you right now is the truth. and you can win on that. So just hang on with me, okay? You know everything I've told you. I told y'all people were going to be arrested a year ago. I was telling you about legislators and saying that person's coming down, that person's coming down. I remember several of you saying to me, not true, and those people are in jail right now. So trust me on this one, please. And this is big, okay? So I just really need you to trust me that we have a new game changer on getting your children back. So God bless, and I appreciate everything, and I agree, Maria, the truth will prevail. The truth always prevails. I mean, the truth is always on your side, and you know, you can only lie, you can only corrupt, you can only do things so far, and then the truth always prevails. So all of you who felt like you didn't have a way, that you were broken, the system broke you, I hope that you know that there are answers, there are things coming to you that are going to bring those kids back home. Do not let the system tell you that you don't have any power. Do not let the system tell you that you do not have any rights. It's a business. It's not a system. It's not a government entity. It is a private business, and they do not have the power to do the things that they are doing. So, you know, we're going to bring it out there, and we're going to tell everyone what's going on. Your $100 billion industry is over. Go make a movie. You're good at it. All of you should become actors and actresses and go make movies. Maybe then you can have your $100 million again. So, I love you guys. God bless. And we're going to continue to have the videos yesterday. I'm fixing to post some more for you. Kenneth, thank you so much for yesterday coming and getting them all together. I have not watched all of them, but they look really great. And we're going to, tonight I'm going to post those. You can do me a great favor by sharing those videos to get that out to the people about what's going on, and that would help us get the word out of what's going on in the state of Arkansas, out in the other states in the country, with DHS, with judges, and I shared one earlier about how Child Protective Services went to a judge's home to take a baby. Babies are hot commodities in this little scam they have going. So, you know, share those videos. That really helps us. And join the movement. Join the truth movement. Be the face of the truth. You know, we've done that with 9/11. We've been telling people the truth, and it's taken a long time, but people are waking up. So if you speak the truth, it happens, okay? And so just become awake. Remember, they want you to believe their lies. They want you to be dumb. They want you to be ignorant. They do not want you to be awake. And it's up to you if you're willing to wake up and see what's going on in your country. But I will talk to y'all soon, and I hope y'all have a good night. And I'll be back. I'm going to continue to expose. I'm going to continue to teach. David's got a lot to teach me still. And thank you again, David. And, you know, thank you to all the other ones that brought me this source. And God bless everyone. Have a good night.